Yeah, we are back as promised. This is Great Mind Podcast 28. What that implies? 28 podcasts. And we are still rocking and we are still going. So once again, this is JW on the mic and I'll be moderating the show. Of course, I have a few colleagues in the studio today. They will introduce themselves at a later date. First on the list is our segment list and how this podcast is going to be controlled or contained. So number one on the list, of course, we will have our introductions. And in there, of course, we have a few components there. We're looking at teachers sitting exams. We'll look at the Iran war. We'll look at the new trend of 45 years retirement provided you work for the government. Of course, we are looking at Uganda Radio Corporation transporting children. And then, of course, we're looking at 700 jobs without interviews in one of the government entities. And, of course, we are looking at NIRA and claiming that they are understaffed. How valid is that? So that's all going to be in our introduction. Of course, we move on to segment 2, which will be the local content. We're looking at the rise of TikTokers in football. We'll look at if 5K really worth it, Ugandan matches. And then, of course, we'll look at Nambole Stadium and its renovations in preparation for AFCON 2027. Of course, we are looking at Alan Okero is making news in the league where he went. Hopefully, it's not beginner's luck. And then, of course, we get into Champions League, whereby we look at the match reaction. And, of course, we look at the viewership for Arsenal being the lowest ever recorded. We look at why. And, of course, we look at, we'll get into the Ballon d'Or contenders. You know, we are nearing the end of the season, whereby Ballon d'Or is literally decided. And, you know, Africa Cup, the World Cup is also near the corner. So look into the contenders, what we think are the real contenders of that Ballon d'Or. Of course, we are going to look into the segment 5, that is the tech segment. We're looking at the mobile money charges. We're looking at the sovereignty bill. And we're going to look at the X application in relation to American content. Of course, we'll look into number 6, that will be combining both Europa and the Conference League, where we are seeing the English Premier League clubs shining or outshining any other clubs in there. Of course, we get into the EPL and we'll focus on Gameweek 32 results and the match reaction. You will all know very well, Man U lost in there. We'll look at the Golden Boot contenders. And of course, we'll get into that, will bring us into segment 7, whereby we'll be looking at the chips to use, that is in fantasy. We'll be looking at our teams, our match prediction, and the status of the Namavondo League. Of course, we'll end with the conclusion. We have a few components there, including USCE teachers preparing to sit USCE exams. Before we begin, I want Davores to introduce yourself to the viewers and a few remarks on how so far the week has been. You never know, you could have been among the beneficiaries of the 100 million. Could be a relative or, so let us know what has so far transpired within this week.
Yeah, hello everyone. This is Double S, and so far this week has been tiresome. I've been making research, left, right, and center. I need to know, how do you get a job without an interview? Or how do you get 100M just by going for a shooting practice? Because I think lately I've been in a life crisis. I think I'm choosing the wrong path.
Yeah.
Because I thought hard work, you have to know what you're doing, hard work. You have to have the qualifications to earn you what you want to earn. But lately, I've been feeling like that is very not right. It's not right.
Yeah, but there's a concept of saying work smart. You don't have
So
to
they're
hard
working
work.
smart.
Yeah.
I need to also start working smart.
Yeah.
Because people are building, people's buildings are getting finished
Yeah.
within months.
Yeah.
And some of us are struggling. We're looking for money. We want to buy cars, we want to buy these.
Yeah.
And people are spending billions
Yeah.
in a month. So either I'm doing something wrong, or the worm will never land in my house or at my doorstep or something like that.
So you're still on the concept of the early bird catches the worm.
I think,
Remember on the previous podcast we said that worm is not in Uganda.
yes, that concept is wrong. I think
Yeah,
there's a
that's-
certain group of people that have the worms caged up.
Yeah.
They consume them by themselves. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, how do you wake up and then go for a treat and
Yeah.
just get 100 M like that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a pretty interesting world that we are in. That's why one of the musicians, I think a few years back, there's a musician who sang in a song in there that when you're crying off poverty, cry in your own bedroom.
Yeah.
Whereby no one will see. Because in that same song, someone had come to a rich person in the video. Went to a rich person asking for school fees for their kids. And what the man told him, his dogs. I don't done what? I don't eat it.
Yes.
So a true definition of like, if you're broke alone.
Yes.
And if you're broke, you don't have to shout for us. Go in your bedroom, go in your toilet. If you don't have a toilet, go in the neighbor's toilet, hide in there, and you cry. Other than if you're crying, people are sharing 100 billion.
Yes.
You're crying, people are saying there are no medicine in the hospital. But however, to start off the show is one, from inception it's usually the student on the line of exams.
Yes.
I know at one moment even teachers have also been examined because they were once students.
Yes.
But most of the time they feel like they know everything. So WS, in one of the districts that you're going to give us details, there's a gentleman who subjected the PLE teachers to mock exams. And the results were
And to be honest, I'm in support of this MP.
Yeah. First tell us what happened. Exactly what happened. They said the PLE, what were the results? Did they get 100? Their teachers.
Oh, of course not. No one got 100.
Yeah.
And this guy got the top teachers from his constituency.
He did his constituency.
Only his constituency. He was like, if you are a P7 teacher, we need you here. Otherwise, you don't have a job.
And on the government payroll.
Yes.
P7 on the government payroll.
Yeah. So they showed up and took the mock examinations that the students themselves took. Apparently, there's a teacher that got 27 marks.
Maybe it was sat a wrong subject.
I think because, these teachers have licenses. And I think on that license, there's a subject that you specialize in. But for me, I specialized in math. So
Yeah.
I think you take the math test. Apparently, math teachers perform the worst. 7 of them, when they tested them, only 9 took the test. And out of those 9, only 2 managed to get above the pass mark of 50.
Pass mark of only 2.
Only 2.
And they keep on giving these exams to individuals.
Hey. And then you find a teacher hammering all the kids for performing poorly. I think in primary, I don't recall a day ending without me getting a stroke for something. Maybe making noise. Maybe you failed your homework.
Yeah.
Maybe you have been late to class. They rang the bell and you are still in the toilet.
Yeah.
Maybe you look too shabby, because for us we used to play during break time, lunchtime, any free time that we get, we were playing.
So did they cane the teachers that got a below percentage?
Of course not.
Did they discipline them? Was there any punishment or what? Maybe they either salary cut, or maybe plant a tree, or maybe take the hill down or something?
But this was worrying for the students, for the next generation.
Yeah.
You know,
So what's your take home on that?
being taught by a teacher who gets 27
It's terrible.
and you are expected to get like 90 is worrisome.
It's worrisome. Anyway, away from the PLE teachers, yes, we know teachers may not be so perfect and may have concentrated on teaching a certain area. And let's remember the paper is always covering the entire scope. So you could find like 5 teachers. If they combine the then they can ace that exam.
But you can't teach what you can't understand.
They've managed to perform what they can perform. They are also in the videos, and it has been a while. So anyway, on the next thing, which is taking the world in a shock, or something that has really surprised everyone across the globe. They once feared the superpowers. Anyone now can come and be in front of them and be like, hey, what are you saying? What are you trying to say? So this is evidence of what the Iran country has done. Iran has comfortably stood firm, and as we speak, it is still firm. It went through the negotiation.
Yeah.
They bought their negotiation, and the statement from the Iran Prime Minister were like, you cannot speak with arrogance. Islamic and respect. Before the show began, we were talking about respect. How you're supposed to talk to an individual, how you're supposed to talk to an elder. Even the same thing applies to Africa.
Yes.
We treasure respect so much. You cannot speak to an elder while you're standing, if you're a woman. When you're speaking, you will need to bend a little bit. You cannot respond back to an elder in an argument. So Iran also went with the same attitude, telling them that if you bring your arrogance here and you speak to us thinking like you're speaking to your kids, nothing will happen. And guess what? They brought in the same arrogance, according to what the Prime Minister of Iran was saying. And guess what? Nothing happened. So then it was like, if you brought in that arrogance, this is what we want. And it's not open for discussion. And what is surprising in that is that Iran, these are very good. These are academicians. Most of all the Iran delegates were PhD holders. Now imagine PhD holders discussing with a secondary sharp. What do you expect of the return? You cannot. So I don't know if those guys don't have, if maybe Israel doesn't have any people who do PhDs and they can really sit down to negotiate, because you cannot reason with a PhD holder. You cannot.
Yes.
However arrogant you are, these guys are extremely upstairs. They have common sense, and on their common sense, they have added on the books. And that's what has made them Western stronger. So apparently, you can even sense it like, as we speak, is that before the Iran war, the Strait of Hormuz was open.
Yes.
And I'll tell you point blank, as me, I'm not a geography major, or I didn't do geography. I never knew that even that thing existed. I didn't even know the importance of Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. I didn't know anything like that. And I never imagined that there would be a place whereby someone can cross and the world would start to crumble. So apparently when the war started, this guys closed off the strait. After closing off the strait, it becomes a problem. And remember, China, Russia are using it. They are developing. The guys who are attacking them are suffering. So they go into peace talks. Peace talks fail. And these guys come up saying, since you failed to open that strait, it is okay. We are going to land in the international waters and block whoever is coming through that strait. So I don't understand. Is in the first place, the strait was open.
Yes.
You provoked someone. They say they closed it. Now you're saying you're also part of the people closed, because ideally it is also blocking the Strait of Hormuz. If you put a blockage, it means also, but Iran said there are very many alternatives to deliver their content wherever they want to take to. So who is fool in this war?
The Americans. That is, of course, the Americans. And I think
Yeah.
they think they're a superpower. So
Does it?
if you're a no one,
Does it look like they're superpower?
they were once a superpower.
Do you know how small Iran is
Yes.
compared to them?
Of course, that's what I think they have in their minds. They're like, Iran is nobody.
Isn't it Iran
It's a
like one
nobody.
state? Iran could be like one
country.
state.
It's one country.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you look at the
Yeah, well, the
52
size,
states, yeah,
Yes.
isn't it like one state?
One state in
But
America.
it has become a problem.
So, and I don't know why the Americans are fixated over that strait. You know, they could just go around Africa.
No, Mike, you see that strait is a serious factor.
Mm.
Is that number one is that oil is sold in the trade markets.
Mm.
Number two, if the Iran decide to sell that oil in Chinese currency,
Chinese yen.
the dollar is failing.
Yes.
The trade and the good for literally the entire Arab countries is collapses with the Americans. So that means it's that Strait of Hormuz can comfortably take down the American economy comfortably.
So all I'm getting here is the problem is not with the strait. It's with the currency with which the oil is being sold in.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It will take a few more days to go around Africa. You know, you have to go around South Africa, blah, 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 blah.
Weeks, not days, weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah.
To get where you're getting.
Yeah, just take it, imagine like you're coming here and you're going to pass through Grace High. And Grace High is a blockage. Going back to Kasangat, turning, and it's a nightmare. You don't know what you will find. You could find jam. You could. I mean, it could be so crazy. Yeah. So it's the same issue here. So in other words, the option of Hormuz being closed is really, really taking a certain country down indirectly.
Actually, there are countries. A lot of countries are suffering from the closure of that strait. And though Americans might feel big, you know, even here we have a saying, "Omukuru tasobya."
But
in
so
Uganda.
so does that mean America mukuru? No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
In this case, Iran has been in existence for how many years? It used to be the Persian Empire.
Yeah.
So it is older than America.
Iran, apart from oil, has nothing else. America, they have invented a lot of things. They have had scientists.
Iran has the best scientist. You man. Iran has the best scientist. And you know what is
making atomic bombs.
And you know what is interesting with Iran? All that content is in-house. America, it's global. You look at the people in the tech companies. Who is the current CEO for Google? He's an Indian.
The problem with America, I think they thought legacy is better than knowledge. You know, because to be honest, Trump isn't the smartest guy out there. And I think what they have is, as long as I come from a good family, we are rich, we have a good political background, I'm better than anyone else
but
on this planet.
You know, double is that the president doesn't have to be smart. No. The president has what we call advisors in all sectors in this world, including the toilet.
But to be honest,
but what makes you, those people that are next to him can kind of guide you accordingly. You can even see our president. He has so many advisors, including full figure,
at least
including Butcherman, to advise him on what situation are people thinking in the ghetto world. Yes, so the president has to be informed. Even in the ancient days, kings used to have advisors. These advisors would advise them, you know what, there's this outbreak, they do this and this and that. So are you trying to say that the entire team that are around the game, they are literally, if you compare them to the Iran team, they are not matched?
Yes, of course. As you know, the Englishman once said, birds of the same feathers. If you are dumb, you're going to choose someone who's dumb because it's going to align with your ideologies. So if Trump is dumb, trust me. If there is someone and tells him, you know what, invading Venezuela or Iran is wrong, he will say, you are the wrong person for this job. I need someone who, you know, is more aggressive. Someone who is more passionate, and he will fire the good guy and hire someone as dumb as him.
So is this the same reason? That's because now, again, I've had issues where he's fighting with the Pope now.
Yes.
He's trying to attack the Pope. Those are Pope or Christian-related people are very peaceful people.
Mm.
But if you go ahead and then attack the Pope now, because the Pope said something that you did is wrong,
Yeah.
I don't feel like you're unmatched. You're not judged. And you've seen pictures of him trending around the internet, around the app, which we'll talk about later, about him portraying to be like Jesus.
Yeah.
And,
I
you
saw
know,
something like that.
And
Yes.
you know very well in history, according to what we have seen and what we have heard, whoever tries to portray themselves as Jesus or as God, it has ended miserably
Yes.
for them. Whoever has tried to put himself in that same picture, because even the popes and the so-called priests we have here, none of them has ever portrayed to be Jesus. But you've seen pictures of him
Yeah.
portrayed to be Jesus.
Yes.
And for him, he said that he's more of a savior. So I don't know. Is he a savior by trying to wipe out the entire civilization? Is he a savior by killing innocent children? Does that make him a savior? So, because in the beginning they said that Iran was killing so many people. So the question I don't understand, for them they are killing what?
And to be honest, has there a country that has ever come out and said that Iran killed our people?
No,
And if they are killing their own people, what's that to you?
exactly.
What's that anything to do with you?
Exactly. So the same concept they are trying to use to play the same concept that they used in Iraq, whereby of course Saddam Hussein had to go back. Remember Saddam Hussein comments before being crucified showed you that someone who comes to your country, steal you, rob you, put certain ideology. The Americans gave the Iran people guns to fight against the government. The Iran people didn't do so. Didn't follow the same bait. Rather, instead they used these guns against them. So imagine such a country. So is that all pretense? I've been watching CNN whereby one of the journalists from there was saying you have to talk like that because when you go back you might be crucified. So they are trying to portray that picture. If you say something bad, the government will, do something for you. But bottom line is, if all countries in the world develop the attitude, the energy, the resilience, the in-house resistance, or the in-house sustenance, like Iran, where do you think the world will be in the next 10 to 15 years or 20 years?
What I think, for starters, civilization will be hindered. But that is one of the disadvantages of it. The advantage will be every country will be for its own. It will create independence. Whereby if you want something from Kenya, you have to negotiate. You have to trade for it.
Yeah.
You can't come and say, hello, we helped you during your war. We want this, give it to us. We want a path that leads to the ocean. Bring it here, it's ours. No, you can't do that. You won't be able to do that anymore. Because there won't be any laws, anything tying us together. So which means there will be fairness.
Exactly. And before that was to continue that, there's something which has just popped up in my mind. The Americans says they landed their ships in international waters, meaning no boundaries. So can China, North Korea and the likes, or Russia also come and land their ships in the international waters?
I doubt that.
You get the concept?
Okay. Those ones might not be very scary. North Korea. Yeah, we want a ship.
Yes, because they said that because international waters are no man's land.
Yes,
anyone can, even you can go and ship from there, or maybe get fish from there if you want to. That's what it means by international waters. They are not owned by anyone. The international waters. So can North Korea put its ship there?
And by the way, if that's a no man's land, that means anyone is free to do anything they want from there.
Exactly.
What makes you feel like you have the authority to stop someone from putting their blockade?
Exactly.
You can also look for some other place.
Exactly. Or exactly that you own.
Yeah.
Because that's the no man's land. You cannot stop someone from being in a no man's land.
Yeah.
Because those are international waters. But they are trying to say that yes, what is interesting is that, now that's what I'm saying, is that now Iran has never threatened any country to wipe out its entire civilization.
Yes.
But the people that we so-called we trust them with the nuclear bombs and etc., they are actually threatening to wipe out down the entire civilization. So the question is, who is to be trusted and who is not to be trusted? And that brings us to the concept is of, if we all choose the Iranian resilience, can Africa be a better world? We have everything we have here. We have
honest,
all resources here.
Africa, we can become independent.
Yeah,
Zero trading from outside.
exactly.
We can produce. We have countries that have oil,
Yeah,
that have gold,
yeah,
that have diamond.
yeah.
We have a lot
Rare
of
earth
fertile
materials.
land. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think Africa, we can be self-sustainable
Yeah.
without needing your exports.
The only thing that will miss, maybe they will take off their internet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
They will take off their internet, and maybe they will stop selling us guns. But I'm certain Africa, there are factories here that produce guns
Yeah.
within Africa, and the raw materials for making the bullets is literally from here. So ideally, do you see that Africans will just accepted? We refuse to accept that the reality of it is that we are kinda stand alone and be independent against the Western world.
I told everyone we should follow that Burkina Faso president. Cut off all European and external ties. And be like, if you want something, it's a trade.
Yeah.
Don't come to us with your donations or what, trying to attach strings on us.
Yeah.
No. We want something from you, we will approach you. We'll be like, we want this. What do you want in return? If you want something from us, we'll be like, yes, it's available.
Exactly.
But for us to give you this and this, you have to give us so and so.
Yeah. And the idea of like the what we've been discussing about in relation to trade, the buyer looks for the seller.
Yeah, of course.
By default, not the other way around, not the seller looking for the buyer. No. So, but you see that there are some African countries that have really decided to accept not to do that.
Yes.
And if you look at the way we are thinking here and see how we are trying to see all these things through, is that if we get resilient presidents, and I'm glad, I'm happy that at least we had some students for Uganda in Iran on a scholarship. Knowledge is power.
Yes.
That is evidence. Abaganda bagamba ow'amaanyi takeera ate ow'amaanyi talya. Ekitali ekyo embazi yandibadde ewata amatooke.
Yes.
Oba oyagala kusala njala wandibadde okwata jambiya. Kyo ekikukwasa girita ng'ogenda kusala njala. What does that mean? So, Iran has shown us that knowledge is power. Fight smart. In the beginning of the war, the strait was useless to them. I mean to the Americans. Just a small close of the strait, the Americans are crumbling. Now imagine in the same era, all the Arab countries, all the Muslim countries chooses to cease trade with America. African countries will follow the same route. We stop any trade association with the Americans. We stop importing cars. China can give us cars.
Because
the
to be
microphone
honest,
we are using are made in China.
all the things they give us don't come free of charge.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine I want you to isolate a single continent and let it, because it's superior in everything. And that's what Iran said. I mean, if you have everything, why are you looking for us? Don't look for us. Why are you having your embassies everywhere? Why? Stay in your country. You're big enough.
That's what I've been saying. Why are they so fixated on the strait?
Yeah,
Just spend a few more bucks and go around Africa.
exactly. Yeah.
Or past the other side of the world that's
but
full of water.
yeah, exactly.
You don't have to fixate yourself on one
Exactly.
strait.
Yeah. So that's what they say, that Iran, even in the ancient days, managed to hammer people. It is godly blessed, and that's why you don't underestimate the nature of how God created this world. The reason that's why literally the world is close to 80% water. There's a reason that's why in the land is the smallest portion of the world. So there are many reasons why that happened. And there are many reasons that's why we are Africans on the other side. So if we all think independent, if we follow develop what we call being patriotic for our country. And we develop things in-house and trade within the African continent. And those Arab countries that are willing to trade with us without ties, without taking our information, without stealing anything from us. I have a feeling in a span of a few years, things can change. And as we stand and as we speak, is that it is evident and it is clear to whoever, even those that are blind, even if when they have eyes. We don't need to have one superpower.
Yes.
The kunyoma, kumanyira, etc. will be too much. Because you see, people are saying anything they want to say because, they have this, they have that. But the world is not only about money. No. And I'm certain is that if at one moment, and this is something that I pray that shouldn't happen, someone knows how to control oxygen, they will sell us oxygen. I'm telling you. If someone ever figure out how to sell oxygen, how to control oxygen, how to control this hair, and can comfortably isolate a certain area and take away its oxygen, we will buy oxygen. We are buying national water.
Yes.
We are buying power. We are buying everything that we are buying. So, Iran has proven to tell us that however small you are, you can be something. We had a discussion this week within where we usually work from about there's a movie called The Bug's Life. Have you watched that movie? It's an animation.
Yes, yeah.
One ant stood against a swarm of grasshoppers. I hope my English is right there.
Yes, yeah.
And some of the stupid grasshoppers were saying that one arm standing is useless and is a nobody. Then the leader of the grasshoppers told them, because the grasshoppers had gathered some food. The ants had gathered some food for them, so they had taken them the food. Now the leaders of the grasshoppers stood and said, one ant is useless. He got one food the ants had collected, threw to the grasshopper. They was like, are you joking? Did that hurt? Like, are you joking? That is useless. Then he let all the food that the ants had collected open into that one grasshopper. Oh my God! It crushed the grasshopper. Then wake. How did that feel? Literally the grasshoppers were dying. It's like the leaders of grasshoppers, like one ant alone. If those ants figure out that they outnumber us in numbers, they can wipe out our entire civilization. Now, what do I pick from that? If the rest of the world can gang against one continent that is becoming a problem, that is threatening civilization, you will be shocked. Things can change. You will be surprised that they were so-called once beggars. Now, I've ever met someone here from that side there, and comfortably we are bragging because they hold an American passport. They were bragging in a foreign land. I told someone, I'm like, guy, be clear, this is not your country.
Yes.
Here, I rule. Here, I own. I don't give a damn where you're coming from. So, as you talk to me like that, you'll be shocked. I will give you a slap, my dear.
Yes.
And whoever is around, I think there's even one time we were going somewhere, and then someone was driving a tuk-tuk. And he's trying to, and then the neighbors in the car, they let him know that this is not his country. Let him know that here, you saw the person. So, imagine if that could happen. Imagine a situation whereby people can gang up. We stop trades. All our kids are withdrawn and are brought back to wherever all these people are there. Come back here. Come back and settle for me. You've had people that have gone to America and they are yawning. They're telling point blank, it's better you stay home. Think from home, innovate from home. You get, and we start using everything in-house within the country. Would you think those people would be still the way they are? Because I sent you a clip whereby someone was saying some countries have become rich and have become superior because of stealing.
Yes.
Do you know that?
Yes.
Gold has been stolen from Africa. Oil has been stolen from different countries and taken to those countries. They're literally depending on stealing.
Mm.
And they feel like they are great. So if we all wake up, Congo has the gold reserves, but Congo is among the poorest countries in Africa. Why?
Yes.
Yet the countries that take their gold are richer. Does that concept make sense to you? So, bottom line, if we all can adopt the Iran approach, I think the world can become a better place.
Yes.
And this thing of saying that the leaders of the free world, I don't think it still makes sense. That has never been a free world. And that's the part whereby we need to kudos to our president. Our president doesn't care. I saw a post earlier this week when he was having a discussion with the Iranian team. He's not in your war. Don't bring him in your war. He can, whoever is bringing business and is making the Uganda develop, that is how it should be.
Yes.
I mean, why stress or why bother with the... I mean, I'm not in part of your business. Me, if I want my country to proceed...
You have money, I have guns.
Mm-hmm.
My friend, take your guns.
Yeah.
As long as you don't point them at my side, feel free to use the guns however you like.
Exactly.
They are yours. You
Exactly.
them.
Yeah. So basically that is what I think. Do you have any take on that in relation to being self-reliance, going against one continent that is proven that they can attack anyone the way they want? They're taking presidents just like that. They're taking leaders. They're killing leaders, and it's, oh my God, it's just panically. Like, it is normal. Is that how we are supposed to live?
No, as I said, some countries feel like it's legacy. It's in their legacy. Like, they can't bow to another country. They can't be equal to any other country. They feel like they have to be superior and the rest of the countries are supposed to be inferior. And that is wrong.
Yeah.
But it might have worked back in the days, because by then I think knowledge about everything was still small.
Yeah.
The country that had the most researchers was the most powerful, of course.
Yeah.
They invented the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
They were superior.
Exactly.
They invented a lot of breakthroughs in science, operations, what. That makes you superior.
Yeah.
You know? But times have changed.
Yeah.
People now, there is knowledge everywhere. The internet is full of knowledge. There are books. Every country now has a library. You don't even need the internet to learn something. Go in the library, start reading a biology book. In a few months, you will know whatever happens when someone is being operated. You know, recently we were interacting with a doctor.
Yeah.
And do you remember how shocked we were to hear these things?
Yeah.
And it was amusing.
Exactly.
Hearing these things, they're like, when this is happening, this is how it happens, this will taste like this.
Exactly.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah. Medicine is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so everywhere they are no longer superpowers.
Yeah.
And you know, people who have their own might told them, come at us and you see what happens.
Exactly.
China, North Korea, Russia, they are no nonsense.
Now Iran.
They never threatened anyone.
Iran to that list now. Yes.
You
and
know,
actually Iran has been now put among superpowers.
Yes.
Yes.
And what's funny is none of those countries claim to be superpowers. No, they're very peaceful.
Exactly.
You want to trade?
Exactly.
Fair.
Yes.
Give us this, we'll give you this.
Exactly. Yes. They're 100% true.
Fairness and equalness.
Yes.
The only problem you get is when you attack them, and they will tell you.
Exactly.
If you come at us, you're going to get problems.
And you know, I've always asked you several questions. I know we are delaying on this, but we're about to conclude on it. I've always asked you this question: is that which of those countries have gone and then attacked the Americans?
No one.
We've never gone there to pick their oil.
Yes.
We've never gone there to pick their good. Whatever they have, we buy. Fair and square, we buy. We're using their technology, we buy it. We're using their X app. We pay for data to use that app. We are using their phones. We buy. They don't give them us for free.
Everything we buy using cash.
Exactly.
By the way. Not on credit.
Exactly. But then we don't bring our armies and then say we are taking this. So why give them the right? Why gives them the to go into a country and steal people's property?
You know? And impose your dominance and leadership there.
Exactly.
That is wrong.
So bottom line is that I know this question and the way it's still going, we will always keep on bringing it up just for the interest of time. So that was, I want us to first get back to, do you have any conclusion on that before we jump away from it?
It will come in the conclusion.
To come
For
in
now,
the
let's
conclusion.
continue. Yeah.
All right. So there was a rumor earlier here locally that I know it came on 1st April. And of course, 1st April, you know very well, it is April Fool's Day.
Yes.
So it could be true, it could be false, that the retirement age is has been shifted, or there are plans to shift it to 45 years. And a few comments that I read there, people were saying they have already retired minus working for the government, or they have retired minus getting any job. Would you think that would be feasible? Now, the reason that's why they're putting it to 45 is to give a chance for other people to come and join the government, make some money, and exit. Yes, fairness. That's why they're lowering it to 45.
I'll say this. For government institutions, it shouldn't be a retirement age. We need like an age limit or a reign limit. It would be like, if you are in this government for 2 reigns, that's enough.
Yeah.
Move out and somebody else should come in.
Yeah.
But we don't need age for retirement, because we could have a very potential leader, but he's around 65 years.
Yeah, and one time the president said similar thing, is that why retire someone when you know that his technical expertise is still excellent?
Yeah. So if you use age limit,
Yeah.
that means anyone above that age has automatically been cut off from ever getting into a government position.
Exactly.
I think that's wrong.
That's what it means.
Yeah, that's bad. I think it should be like a reign limit.
There's already an age limit for someone to retire in public service. It is there, but it's extremely high. They try literally when they are old. They can no longer take those stairs up and etc. So, well, personally, I would think it would be fair, because every year graduates are roaming the streets.
Yeah.
And the highest or the largest employer in a country is always the government.
Yes.
So if you have someone in the government working up to 60, 70 years, that's not fair.
Yes.
That's not fair. By the time you retire, what will be on my side? I will literally be, because there are people that I know from the time that I was a child, they have been working in the government up to now. So is that fair?
No, that's wrong.
So that's what we are saying. So someone lowering it to 45 actually is fair enough. Work for government for 10 years, leave.
Yes.
Some other person come, leave. Let it be continuous to do what we call balance.
We need a reign limit. MPs, only 2 reigns. Come the first time, the second time, and then you become ineligible for any more participation on that role.
Exactly.
That would be fair. Would see a lot of changes. A lot of new people.
Indeed. So in the other news, we've seen that Uganda Rail Corporation has started transporting kids or children. How feasible is it? How sustainable is it? How safety is this approach?
Because for starters, it's on a test run. And it's a good idea. You know, because we've seen it work in countries not here, foreign countries, and it works. Because guess what? If people are all going in the same direction, we need something that is not caught up by traffic, like a train.
Yeah.
Because for the train, you know the route. There is no jam. There is no, hello, you park there from where I'm getting off from there. No.
Yeah, it's about
there are designated places
Yeah.
where it has to stop.
Yeah.
And this would be fast and fair, especially for the kids that are going to school, because this train would move on a given time. So it's scheduled on time. It's like by 6 we are passing here. If you miss this train, you're doomed. Wait for 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So for you not to be late, you would be there by 6.
Yeah.
And you would calculate your time and say, this train moves at this speed, and by this time, within 30 minutes, I'm going to be in Mukono, which would be fair and quicker than a taxi. You know taxis.
Yeah.
You can't calculate the time they are going to spend quarreling with other taxis, other vehicles, the time they spend calling for people on stages, all that time. But for a train, you know, it says we are stopping here for 10 minutes. The people that have loaded up in 10 minutes, those are the ones we are going with. And if 10 minutes elapse with you off board, we don't care. There are no calls, there are no what, doors closed, let's move.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea.
So you think it's a good idea. So now, in relation to that, still in relation to the government, You saw on news, Nia was complaining about the cards delivery because they are understaffed. And they really wanted to expand their staff, at least to have a fair coverage of this of the cards distribution. So they literally want to become an entity, an authority on their own. Now, if you look into that, is that there is an entity in the government, a very huge entity. According to the rumors on social media, they are claiming that they hired 700 staff or employees without being interviewed into a serious entity. That if this entity collapses, or if this entity has mediocres, as a country we are doomed. And you know very well, there are very many people, and I've seen a post somewhere saying that they have had so many interviews, scoring 90 something plus, going for the oral interview, and they have never been gotten the job for many times. And there are very many stories out there. Is this the new normal for the government? Do you think at one moment in time this will ever change? Do you think these are some of the reasons why, as Africans or as Ugandans, we are still backward the way we are? And by the way, information, we have recently, according to the World Bank statistics and findings, we are again ranked back to a low medium income earner. Remember, we had elevated ourselves. They're like, you know what? Even statistics says the recent outing, we are still a low income earner. So, do you think these are some of the things that the government is not saying and is undermining that has left us to be where we are? Because I'll give you an example. If you literally go in a job non-interviewed, where is the competition that you're being in? Everything has to be competed for. We compete for water. We compete for air to breathe. We compete for food to breathe. By nature, the world is competitive in nature. Otherwise, it would be raining throughout. No, rain is competing with sunshine. There is sunshine, there is wind. There is this and this. Everything is competing. No, I need my time here. Me, I have to give you light during the day. Then at night, sun disappear. Then this one. There is competition everywhere. So nature tells you that compete. Our government is telling you, no, there's no need for competition. If you have someone that you know, Gamba Nogo. If you have anyone you know, a free entry. So is that one of the reasons why we are failing, or the government has failed to improve? We are not doing major things here. We are not designing nuclear weapons. We are not doing complicated surgeries here. What we do is that you guys have this, we read and implement. Why can't we say, you guys have this also? They read us and they implement what we have, our knowledge. You think that's the cause? Because you find that very meaningful brains are out there. They are yearning to be in sectors where they can make an improvement. But they have not been given a chance. Even when they try to compete, they have not been allowed to do so. So, in your understanding and in your thinking, neither understaffed, 700 jobs given to individuals without competition. Is that fair? Will that be ever fair? Or this is the new normal we need to accept and we let it for God and my country? It's a serious one.
Yeah, because as much as I want to say that this is not the new normal, or this is not the way things should be done, there's nothing to do about it. This is happening, and it's going to keep happening. It might not happen only in this era, but even the next eras. The problem isn't with the government, it's with the people. No. And let's be honest, let's be fair.
Just for your statement, it is not with the government.
Soccer. Yes, I've played soccer, and out there our coach has people that are always on his side, no matter what, no matter how bad they play. Even if he's having a hangover, he was drinking the whole night. When you go for a game, they will be the first men to enter that pitch. So guess what? The problem isn't the government. The problem is with the people. And guess what? There is how can I say it? It's like a feeling. People feel like when you go to government, you're not supposed to work. You're supposed to sit there in your swivel chair and rotate around. At the end of the day, leave. If something has to be done, either outsource or hire an intern. Someone you know you're going to nag around, do this, do that, get me coffee.
Actually, literally 95% of the government projects are outsourced.
So when we speak about things being done like that, when they want to get someone administrative, they don't need an interview because the guy is going to do almost nothing. He's going to be there, go in a meeting, take some coffee, go back home. And
I have a feeling it also doesn't give you credibility because, I mean, you literally be accountable to someone. Like, you won't be there, like, being under pressure. Oh, my God, I have to prove a point here. I need to change this here. No, I mean, the way you came in is just a smooth ride. So why you hustle when you reach on the job? No. Why you hustle?
Because the things have to move. And guess what? They push the pressure to those ones that did interviews, who actually are doing the things, you know. Because I know someone who works from there and he has a ThinkPad. And you know what they say about ThinkPads? Once you receive one, just know you came to work. There's no playing around for you. You came to work. And these people, when they want someone administrative, they want someone they can trust, for starters. So who would you hire? Someone you don't know, or a family member who's going to do nothing, but they will do whatever you want. You like, I want you to delete a given record. ABCD.
And you know, surprisingly, Davaris, is that of recent you went and you were making some tax payment. You're making a tax obligation as a citizen. Dying to pay this tax such that the government can get something. But what was your experience?
Oh, very bad.
Trying to pay tax. But someone thought like they are helping you to pay the tax.
For starters, this is very funny. When I got there, I had to go through like 6 departments, and none of those departments knew where exactly I had to clear the things from. You'd go to someone, they look like they are very big in that department. They have a card, you see how they move, you see how they, they handle themselves throughout the department, and you're like, so far, I have ABCD and I want to do this and this and this. Where can I go? He's like, now I don't know. But maybe try this department. They will direct you there. I go there. The same thing happens. I kept being forwarded to different departments. And I'm like, are you serious? Where am I? You might think that the organization is like in a whole district. Its size is like a whole district, but it's very small, around 300 acres. And there's someone who doesn't know what department does something. It means for you, you're just there to take coffee. And go in the meeting and just listen. Don't say anything. Just sit in the meeting, go and take coffee.
Rotate in the chair.
Get paid.
But you see, your experiences, and I've heard very many people having similar experience. You want to pay taxes, but someone feels like they are doing a favor for you. Let knowing that the tax that you're paying is where their salary is coming from.
That's what happened with the lady now who had to clear me. Eventually, after moving around throughout the whole organization for like 2 hours, I finally get there. So I go to some guy who forwards me to some lady who had to clear me. My friend. She was like, what have you come here to do? No greetings, no what, no politeness. And as she talks to me, she's eating. I'm like, okay, do whatever you do, but clear me. I don't care about your attitude, anything you do. For me, all I want is to be clear and I get out of here. So this lady then goes ahead and tells me the network is off. I'm like, hello, I'm a technical person. What do you mean the network is off? There's at least tell me the system is down.
Exactly.
We're having some technical difficulty. You can't say network. This is not a phone.
Exactly.
So I had to call someone I know there.
Gambanog.
So I'll be like, is it true? The system is down. And she saw me, trying to call someone. She's like, it is back, you bring it clear. Because, to be honest, but I was furious. And I was holding it in, and I wanted him to say one thing. The system is all working perfectly. Actually, he told me something I had to press in, and if it went through,
Yeah.
means the system was up.
Yeah.
And I was typing it in.
Yeah.
And the moment it went through,
Yeah.
I was about to go crazy on that lady.
Yeah. You're almost about to be
Hey.
like, this is what?
Yes.
What is this? Yeah.
But apparently, I think she realized.
Yeah.
But
you
she
see-
also went ahead
Yeah.
to make my life easier.
Yeah.
She could have cleared all my items with one document.
Yeah.
She had to make 4 different documents.
Yeah.
I was like, you can put them on one. No, this is how we do it.
Ah.
I was like, you know what? At this point, I don't care.
Yeah. Do your thing.
As long as it shows I have a stamp from
Yeah,
URI,
yeah,
I
yeah.
cleared my things.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
Exactly.
enough.
Yeah, that's the so. But imagine very many people out there that are going through what you went through.
Yes.
Now imagine a situation if you didn't have Gambanogo,
Uh-huh.
what would have happened?
No, and I think most of them just want to make our life difficult. As we said, if you want something, maybe
So Davores, as you conclude on that topic,
Mm.
yes.
like you want a small cafe, a small car bribe, you can come direct to me. Be like, you know what? Okay, I can clearly have. I say you have items B, D, 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 but get me some small things so that I can take maybe a soda or what.
That's bravery. And on
Yes.
that note, I want us to close.
Because
No.
That's what it looks like she
Davores,
wanted, but
exactly.
she made my life difficult.
Exactly.
Instead of making my life difficult,
that's what we are
tell me
saying.
what you want. I'll tell you either I'm going to give you or not.
Team, no bribe.
Hmm.
The president said in the recent Chankwan's recruitment, he wants the parliament to end corruption. He doesn't want to hear any corruption in the parliament.
Like that
That's
chick who refused 300M.
Exactly, the one who found the many millions and he had to declare blah blah blah. But that's a topic for another day. So anyway, remember, colleagues and our viewers, all listeners out there, this is a tech stock sports show. But we always say it doesn't stop us from being Ugandans.
Of course.
We cannot do tech, we cannot do sports when we are frustrated.
Of course.
We cannot do that when we are not well. We can't. That's why there are things which are part and parcel of us. And I mean, if we can say them here or maybe hear them out to our viewers, to share a view, to share a mind, we have freedom for speech. That is what we were given ever since our president left the bush. So we say these things, we discuss for the betterness of our country.
Yeah.
This is not one person's country, this is everyone's country.
Yes.
Otherwise, if it was one country, I mean, it would be the only one in the country, but you know it. There are zillion other people within the same country also trying to achieve their goals. Davores, dropping all that aside that we've discussed, moving on to local content, and today we are not doing very well with the time. We had the whole topic up there, but we are going to try and see to do justice to all these other topics that we have. We still have close to 6 items to go, 7 items to go. There was a match that was organized by TikTok,
Yes.
and this match happened in Kasese. And to my surprise, I know you're going to give us the details, it pulled the numbers. And so there are clubs here that cannot pull those numbers.
Very many of them. Very many of them. And the TikTokers, it was called TikTok FC. They were playing the Kasese boys.
Oh,
You
playing
know,
Kasese. So they went to Kasese, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's that guy who trended for saying that for them they are umite.
Gumite, not Gumite.
Those were the Kasese boys, and they lost 3-1.
Oh, so there's the Umite guy had his team.
Yeah, with his crew.
Okay. Uh-huh.
The one that, came from Najana and Kumbi and went back to the village with their hose to dig.
Yeah.
But the TikTokers won 3-1. And the crowd was massive.
Yeah.
The crowd was massive.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our league here.
Yeah.
Focus on the fan experience.
True. Very true. Now, you think that game between the TikTokers and the TikTokers from the Focus, say blah, 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 blah. You think what special thing do they have?
Nothing.
Those guys were playing just normal football.
Yeah.
Football for leisure. Football for happiness. Football to make the fans happy. And
But
guess what happened?
They helped this game. It was hyped.
Exactly. Didn't you see the fans there?
Yeah.
And organized. Remember on that pitch that you saw, there is no police.
Yeah, there was no
There's no security.
There was no security.
People are standing at the line of the pitch,
Some
sitting
are seated,
comfortably
and some are standing.
watching the game.
Yes.
Exactly.
no chaos. There was no chaos.
Yeah.
And after the game, people started taking pictures.
Exactly.
people started
And
dancing,
shaking. Yeah.
laughing about what happened in the game.
Exactly.
There was no chaos.
Exactly.
So what we're saying here, the game needs to be hyped. You need to market better.
Yeah.
For me, you know, at some point, URA was playing from here,
Yeah.
Homesteading.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen a poster in Gayaza saying that there's a game?
No, not even passing through at least some Chibusta microphone through maybe Namavundo,
A
through
drive-through
Buramo,
or what?
through Kasara. You know,
Nothing.
there's a match today that is going to happen. Blah blah. Nothing. None of that. We would actually go there and then watch and see.
Yes. We need to be informed about
Are they
these
still
games.
playing from that side down?
I'm not even sure at this point. Because at some point also Chadondo was playing from there. I have never seen any advertisement that tells me at this time on this day, Chadondo or URA has a game. So, and by the way, this game was for leisure. I think these guys were on TikTok and they started making fun of one another.
Exactly.
And they're like, but you guys,
Yeah.
can you beat us in a football game?
Until
Like,
yes,
yes.
we can. Why not?
They're like, what's not there? We have our cars.
Yes.
And by the way, some people came from Kampala.
Yes.
Those guys went in a bus
Yes. Exactly.
from Kampala to Kasese.
Yes. You can imagine. And, just imagine that, yes.
So, what we're saying is, we didn't watch the game. I don't even know if it was streamed. All I saw were the results and, you know, some after videos.
But I mean, it is really worth a while for something like that to happen. Now, moving us to the next component is that imagine if that match was 5K entrance. Would you have seen people on the pitch still?
Yeah.
Because that was a free match. But based on they would have paid. Now, there's a game that you were telling me before the podcast began.
Yes.
You can tell us more about it.
Yeah, it was a game of Villa versus Vipers. And this was at Kadiba,
Okay.
KCCA Stadium.
And the fee was 5K.
Yes.
And the pitch was full to capacity.
Yes.
And the question I was asking you before we began the podcast was, is really 5K worth Ugandan football?
No, because to be fair, this thing shouldn't be, you know, all centered around money. Because for starters, you have to get the funds into the pitch. No matter what you do, the game is for the fans. The game is played for the fans.
Yeah, that is true.
Even if they have come for free.
That is true.
But you know what that hype brings
Yes.
at a pitch.
Yeah.
What it does for the players. What it does for you who is, you know, on the camera and watch someone in the crowd jumping.
Yeah.
Someone, you know, I saw some Ugandans had some face paintings,
Yeah.
you know, for the colors for the
Did they have
clubs are supporting.
vuvuzelas and the likes?
Yes, everything was there.
Okay. Yeah.
So your first aim should be to get the funds to the stadiums,
Exactly.
regardless of the money.
Exactly.
If all the Ugandans can afford is 5K, first leave it at 5K.
Yeah.
Get the funds to the stadiums.
Yes.
And then afterwards, when you see the
Show
crowds are
us your
improving,
potential. Exactly.
Yes.
You saw when we were watching Premier League over last weekend, there was a banner that went through. No ticket increase.
Yes.
Say no to ticket increase.
Yes.
And that was the Liverpool game.
Yes.
And Liverpool, I think they want to change the ticket price. And the fans say no. You do that, you have an empty stadium. So you still believe that 5K for now is worth it just to make sure that the teams go to the pitches
Yes.
to watch the games, to
For
the
now,
stadiums.
the game, it is okay for someone to pay 5K.
So extra, what
That means
extra?
even for someone who was selling sugar canes at the road,
Yeah,
they can come to the game.
yeah,
Someone who is a conductor in a taxi,
Yeah.
they can come for that game. So then afterwards, you can start, you know, choosing out sections. Because as we saw at that pitch, there are no sections.
yeah.
You are all seated in the line and all you had to pay was 5K. So you say the middle section, for you, this section you watch very, you know, properly. You have a wider view.
Yeah.
For you, give us like a 15 or 10.
Yeah.
And then you go on increasing like that, adding like a 1K, a 2K. With time, it will reach where you want it. But if you come for the first game that a local league has had the stadium full, and then for you say we want to increase the fee from 5 to 10, my friend, that stadium is going to stay empty.
Exactly. Now, in addition to that, you know very well a bit towards this year beginning, and I think last year, there were chances Nambole would be revamped to accommodate more people, because you see very well every time we have a Ugandan match there, tickets are for fight, tickets are for competition, tickets are for survival. But as we speak, as of now, nothing has been done yet to it. And what you told me off air was like, according to FIFA, we only need 2 stadium and 1 backup. And you're telling me that Nambole is 1, and then Hoima is the second stadium. And then I asked you a question: who is going to travel to Hoima?
But as you saw people traveling to Kasese,
that is TikTok. You think Ugandans have reached the point of now, if there's a match in Hoima, why don't they sample? Why don't they have an international friendly and drop it in Hoima?
That's what we were saying. We need the game needs hype.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of us going to that game is to become happy and to get hyped.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need to hype
that is football. That's what football does. Takes away everything that you've been thinking about.
Get influencers, get musicians, get comedians.
But they had musicians last time. They had Shiba.
No, okay. Not
they stole our money in Shiba.
Not to perform, but to hype us to go to the game.
Exactly, yeah.
Let them create. Now, we had Chan here, and our musicians, none of them could make a track for Chan.
Exactly. You would go to Nambole when the Uganda is playing, and there's no hype at all. You walk comfortable, you're going to the pitch, only the vendors will be like, mutuwagire kona fe, nothing like hype. But you would find people drumming, dancing, Masinamaganda, they are putting on those so-called skeleton things across the entire stadium. Nothing like that was there. The only thing we would see is that she's in there talking around. Nambole match, blah, 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 etc.
And by the way, if the musicians don't want us to face our fury, let us not get an AFCON song that is not made by Ugandans. I don't know how they're going to do it, but we need one musician from Uganda, one musician from Kenya, one musician from Tanzania. Let us combine and make one track.
Eddie Kenzo.
Eddie Kenzo, no. Let's Joshua Baraka. Eddie Kenzo.
Topic for the next podcast. You were telling me still off here about Alan Okello.
Yeah.
How he's becoming something. Is he a one-hit wonder? Is it beginner luck? Or he just found the league in poor conditions?
Yeah. Either the league is in a poor state, or he's just that good. Because as it stands, and he recently went. Has it been 3 months yet?
I'm not so sure, but he went immediately after Africa Cup of Nations. That's when he went here.
So apparently, so that means he went this year.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
About 4 months.
Yeah.
He has 8 assists and 2 goals.
Yeah, and you told me he's the highest in there.
Yeah, in assists. He's the top assist maker as it stands in the whole league. So there are people who played the first half of the league, and they have also played the matches that have been played in the second leg. And someone who came in the middle of the season has more assists than you guys who have played the whole season. Either you're just bad players or he's too good for you guys. So hopefully it's the latter. He's good. And hopefully he will keep up that form in the AFCON next year.
All right. So you think like we need to study him, give him more time to see if we can really make something.
Yeah.
You know very well.
And I've seen some of the assists are good, pinpoint.
Spab assists.
Yeah.
All right. Our viewers moving away from the local scene and heading into Champions League. You know very well this week we had Champions League matches. That's the leg 2 of the quarterfinal. And of course we had Atletico and Barcelona. Of course the game was interesting in the beginning. Barcelona literally equalized before halftime to make the goals 2-2. Remember in the first leg they were hammered 2-0.
Yeah. They
came in and then hammered 2-0. But then somewhere our one and only Nigerian best footballer in Africa, Lukman, managed to score and a goal, making the game 2-1. Of course, making Atletico win 3-2 on aggregate. And then, of course, we had the Liverpool game. And, of course, we know very well in the first leg, Liverpool was hammered 2-0, clean 2-0.
Yes.
That should be important. But then, of course, when they came to the second leg, we expect, because this is Anfield now, we expect Liverpool to do some wonders. And again,
the same thing happened.
And again, the one and only, the best player that Africa has ever seen was benched. Not until Hugo Ekitike got an injury. That's when Mo Salah was brought on. Is this Ancelotti being a racist? Or he just doesn't like the guy? Remember, Mo Salah scored in the Premier League game. You think it is intended? Or the guy is just saying, I'm the boss here?
I think he wanted to show him that he's the boss. Remember all that, the tweet that Salah tweeted about, saying that Ancelotti and Jamie Carragher are against him.
Yeah.
And he thinks they are idiots. Actually, he said
yes, exactly.
They are idiots.
Yeah.
So even if I'm the coach, I would also bench you to show you that the idiot has benched you.
Then how
you have nothing to do about it.
After Ugo getting injured, why did he bring him on?
Maybe he had no one better, and maybe as much as you want to
to show your ego.
Humble your players, there are also fans behind you who are going to scream at you if you make a weird substitution. So you have to make the best substitution that the fans think you should make, and that was Mo Salah.
Okay. Then moving on forward, you notice that Bayern and Real Madrid getting red cards.
Yeah.
Of course, it was an interesting game. Bayern hammering 4-3. Real Madrid, of course, Bayern winning at 6-4, whatever, and 6-4 against Real Madrid. So Real Madrid, the likes of the man who bullied N'Golo Kante, that is Mbappe.
Yes.
Of the captain armband. We didn't discuss about that, but it really mistreated the N'Golo Kante. He told the Czech to go and grab the armband from N'Golo Kante. They finally left Champions League. So he thought he was a hero, but now he's a zero. So that girl ended, and Bayern Munich, of course, winning, and our own Alekin, of course, being a star in those games. We're going to discuss him in a few seconds ahead in the Ballon d'Or contenders. And of course, we have the Arsenal that was playing with Sporting Lisbon, right? And the first game was a lucky win.
Yeah.
The second game was goalless. And on record, Arsenal starts having the fewest start viewership ever.
I think it's because of their poor gameplay lately. I don't know when Arsenal last scored a goal from open play.
He benched Eze. That game, he still benched Eze.
There's something wrong with Arteta.
Yeah.
I think he's not on enough fire. He said he's on fire, but I think the fire is not enough. And if he doesn't get Eze back into the starting lineup, things might get worse. Because next is Atletico. Atletico is not that strong, but he is going to face his biggest challenge yet. That is against Man City. And if he can't at least draw against Man City, everyone is going to lose hope in Arsenal.
You're talking about EPL now.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the EPL at that time come. So is moving on to semi-finals. Leg 1 of 2. We see comfortable very well PSG against Bayern. This game is happening on 28th April, this month. PSG against Bayern.
That is going to be our final. Because, I mean, you've seen now.
So whoever wins it, their chances are they are going to become champions.
Yeah.
Whoever goes out of Arsenal and Atletico Madrid.
And I'm supporting Bayern.
You're supporting Bayern?
Yeah.
You're not supporting PSG?
No.
Then Atletico and Arsenal game is coming on 29th of this same month.
It might be the most boring semi-final, but I think Arsenal might make it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Atletico hammered Liverpool.
Okay, Liverpool is way worse.
Those days, it hammered Liverpool comfortably. So you think Arsenal is hammered going through this?
Yes.
What are the odds? First, give me the betting for between PSG and the Bayern, so that we're on record.
Okay, you can't get them now. Okay, you.
No, I mean your score, your prediction.
Mine, I think, if Arsenal can make a draw in Spain, they have the high chances to win, because they will be having the second leg at home.
Yeah, because the first game is away.
But again, I'm going to say this. Once you get scored, like 2 goals and above, with a difference of 2 goals and above, you are done for.
Yeah.
You are done for. It might be a close call, but I think Arsenal is going to make it to the finals with Bayern Munich.
With the Bayern Munich. That's what you think. Okay. So that is what you had, what Davores is saying. Davores, we've talked about Harry Kane. This brings us to segment 4 of Ballon d'Or contender. Harry Kane, you saw what he did in Bayern.
Yes.
When he was in Tottenham, you saw what he was doing. Even when Tottenham would flop, Harry Kane would score. Right now, as we speak, Tottenham is going in relegation. He's actually comfortably seated in the relegation zone as we speak.
Just waiting for confirmation that the league is done. Please pack your bags and go back to championship.
That will be history in the making. And I believe that history is likely not to be made. But anyway, so Harry Kane, do you think he is a Ballon d'Or contender?
As it stands, yes.
Yes, fine.
They are going to take their league in Germany. They are favorites in the Champions League. And also England is one of the strongest teams
for the World Cup.
Though I think the World Cup might be a great decider for who is going to take the Ballon d'Or.
Ousmane Dembele?
Yes, he's also a good.
They're already out of Champions League. They are not winning the La Liga.
No,
Barcelona winning. No, Ousmane Dembele.
No,
it's in PSG. Yes, PSG they are winning.
Yeah, they are favorites also in the Champions League. They are also going to win their league and also a very strong opponent in the Champions League. In the World Cup.
In the World Cup, France. Okay, so you see an equal. Then Lamine Yamal.
No, I don't think he should even be nominated.
He was second.
Second in
he
what?
Was second to Dembele in the last Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Dembele won. Lamine Yamal was second. Even refused to handshake him.
That was the last Ballon d'Or.
Yes.
This is a new Ballon d'Or. Though they might win their league because they are 9 points ahead of Real Madrid.
That is Barcelona, right? They are going to. Yeah.
So they are going to take their league, but Champions League they are out.
Yes.
And when we come to World Cup, he's in Spain. We don't know how Spain will perform. But if Spain wins the World Cup, it will again be a very good contender.
So chances are this time he could take it.
Yeah. I think whoever takes the Champions League and also won their league has very high chances of taking the Ballon d'Or. Because that's what happened when Rodri.
Yeah.
They took the Premier League in Man City and also they took the Euro.
The Euro. And then he emerged the Ballon d'Or winner. So
now,
a quick question that we were discussing off air still. This Ballon d'Or and the Africans, are they in parallel?
I don't know.
Is it racism? Is it racism?
Because to be honest, now let's talk about that thing about Rodri, taking Euro. Because also us, we had AFCON. So, which means they could have considered someone at least from Africa who took the AFCON.
Exactly.
At least it would have been like in the second place.
Yeah.
I've never seen an African be even in the third position.
Yes. Mo Salah last time was what, in 9th?
Yeah.
Around
you hear the positions where Africans are.
Yeah. So
they have won the league.
Exactly.
They are
local league.
Yes.
Because it's about the local league. Or maybe the leagues also have magnitude. But it's all football. Yeah,
it's about achievement. The Ballon d'Or is about achievement.
Yeah.
What have you achieved? How much have you helped your team?
So, do you think is there a day where I will ever see an African player taking this Ballon d'Or? It has been reserved for Europeans only.
The game is changing. Either they will have to give an African a trophy, or they'll face our wrath. We will boycott.
Boycott what?
There are things.
Which things?
That's the problem.
Boycott what?
Problem with Africans.
What are you going to boycott?
You see how Thingy did? He boycotted the trophy. Hakimi.
Yes.
From PSG. He was that strong.
Yes.
They won the trophy fair and square. For me, I want nothing to do with it. I don't want a medal. I don't want anything. That's how we should be. When they say, look here, Africans are not supposed, or they will say something fishy. They can't say it direct. Like, we can't give a ballon to an African. No. They'll be like, according to what we've seen, they get some small reason. You are using drugs, or you are indisciplined. They'll find something small, so that they don't give it to an African. But
True.
the way Iran is boycotting against America, that's how we will boycott. We'll be like, unless, though as it stands, we have few Africans in their leagues. So
no, but
because even
you're not getting
from our
concept.
local leagues should be considered.
Exactly. We have the South African League, right?
We have the South
so
African
if someone
League,
wins and then
Moroccan
wins
League,
the AFCON,
Egyptian League,
exactly.
We have our
why
own
are they not considered?
CAF Championship here.
You think we are that dumb in football?
Why is the M10 Cup not considered?
Exactly.
So either they just want to dominate the whole game.
Again, remember the movie? Everything we are discussing about these things, I want our viewers or listenership there, go and watch this movie called A Bug's Life. It has a true definition of dominance. Blindfolded dominance. That's the reason that's why we were managed to be colonized in the earlier days. It's a similar example of what we call a bug's life. But if we stand together and boycott like what Dawores has said, we are likely to see Barando here.
Yes.
Because we also have our leagues here. They may not be attracting people, but they are league. And they are standard. A league is a league. If people have stadium, blah, blah, it's a league. You cannot discriminate us. Mosala, what hasn't Mosala? We are not fans of Mosala. We've never put Mosala in our fantasy league. And even when we put him there just to play defensive. But what hasn't he done?
In the last 5 seasons of Liverpool, everything has been centered around Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Goals, assists, gameplay. And then you come and tell me that he wasn't crucial to his team. And when you're awarding these trophies or awards, they should be based off talent and achievements.
Yeah.
Not race, not discipline, no talent. What have you been able to provide to your team based off in goals, assists, defensive contributions, tackles, But then you find it's always someone who's from Europe, maybe sometimes South America.
Yeah.
You'd find the Messis or someone from Brazil.
Yeah.
But I've never seen anyone Asian. I've never seen anyone African.
Exactly. Yes. So it's like, you see, that's what I was telling you earlier. It's about dominance. You see, it's just a normal trophy. It's like, imagine waking up one day and Africa has the World Cup. Has won the World Cup. Do you know what will happen? They cannot allow that to happen.
Yeah.
They cannot. They would rather blow whistle anyhow they want. You saw what was happening to them wanting Morocco to take the AFCON. How badly they much wanted that to happen. But it didn't happen. Yes, they went to court and then blah, 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 yeah, but who cares?
No one cares.
So football is concluded on the pitch.
Yes.
If you lose on the pitch, that is it. So anyway, the issue of Barando, the issues of AFCON against racism, it is there. That's why they are like, okay, let's just nominate them. They might claim or they might do. But we want an African. Salah has done it all.
He has done everything.
Exactly. Let him get his Ballon d'Or.
He has won the Champions League.
Oh, we have Sadio Mane. Yes, they are there.
By the way, speak about money.
Yes.
They have won the AFCON.
Exactly.
He was in Liverpool. They were winning trophies.
Exactly.
And Bayern, he was nowhere.
Exactly. Bayern, they are winning cups like nothing. So why isn't he on the Ballon d'Or list?
He wasn't even nominated.
Exactly. Why? That's what I keep on telling. These things are not fair. Again, refer to back a bug's life. Yes. Then, like I said, dominance and a bug's life. Moving on to our tech segment.
Yes.
That's segment 5. Have you looked at the X app?
Yeah.
Every 2 scores is about America. Every 2 scores is about America. So much as we appreciate AI, Much as people think, oh, AI, these guys are so much into it. No, this is too much. We are tired of being biased with what we are reading. We are tired. We need to focus on our local content. We need to see what is happening in our country. We need to make sure that we see what is roaming around Africa, not what is happening a zillion kilometers away from us. We have no business in the American world. No. We want to see things that are related to our continent, Africa. But every scroll you make, oh my God, Trump is abusing the Pope. You scroll, oh my God, Trump has hammered the Iran. You scroll, oh my God, Trump has successfully blocked Lebanon. Why is it always why are they throwing us in that eye? Gone are the eras of watching Rambo and Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And then you feel like, oh my God, these guys are no. Things have changed. People have gone to school. The days whereby you can portray us by showing us what you want us to see are done. We can see and tell you comfortable point, but you're trying to throw this in our eyes. And if our leaders can come out and say, you guys, avoid that algorithm. The algorithm is trying to show you what those people want you to show or want you to be to see. Where are the algorithm that shows that how Iran is armoring American drones? Where is that?
Nowhere.
Exactly, nowhere. It's just showing us all these guys saying the whole Twitter is full of one person. It is an American app, yes, we accept. But if our president can also help us and blacklist this app here, I think we'll find a way to still survive.
Yes.
Facebook was blocked. I will not survive.
Yeah.
Did you disappear from the internet?
No.
Exactly. We are still doing. In any case, does Twitter make any money of the sort?
No.
Do you transact anything on Twitter?
No.
Exactly. So
all I get is news.
Exactly.
And updates.
Exactly. Updates that are biased. So we want applications that are fair in nature.
Yeah. But by the way, every time I scroll, if I don't see Trump, I see Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yes.
And recently, I saw Elon Musk tweeting that the South Africans are encouraging and still performing apartheid policy, but to the whites. And you know why he was saying this? Because they refused to endorse or to accept Starlink in their country unless it's going to be run by a South African, which he termed black person.
So, I wanted to ask you a question. Who performs better racism than the Western world?
You know, and my question was, what's wrong with that? Have they come and performed the racism in America?
No.
No. Did they call you to come to their country?
No.
So you are going there, you want to take their Starlink, and then you want them to, run.
Dictate, exactly.
Hey.
So we say this earlier, rules of demand, or what we call commerce, or economics. The buyer does what?
The buyer goes to the seller.
Exactly. So if we're going to people where they are going to whatever, they are telling you, do A, B, C, D, Y, Z, my dear, listen. If you don't want, take your star off away. It literally was here and then now it was militarized. To own it, you have to whatever, military approval. So I'm glad that the South Africans are seeing that and acting as the way they are supposed to act as Africans.
Yes. And speaking about whereby you open a page and all you see is something that is biased, something that is dictated by someone who is not you. So your page is not in your control.
Yeah.
That is wrong. And some people, are happy about this. They call it smart algorithm. Smart my algorithm brings me this.
Yeah.
I once, when my YouTube was fresh,
I
could see all the things interesting that you would see DIY, something, something fun to see, a funny clip. When I open my YouTube now, I can't see any of that. I see things that I've recently searched.
Yes.
And some of them, it was a one-time search. I want to learn about something and I want, how do you do this?
Exactly.
After learning how to do it, I want to see something like that.
Exactly. So you see, that's what I was saying is that, and that this has to go to everyone out there. That I know we discussed about this a few weeks back. It's that it has to do with the AI. Please and please and please, don't be lured into AI.
Yes.
Please and please remain with your conscience. Your conscience is better than that AI. Do not be swindled into AI. You're going to become zombies years to come.
Yes.
You're going to turn into zombies. We're not going to innovate anything. We're not going to think of anything. Now, the AI is giving us America. This is the same thing when we were kids. They used to say Rambo and Schwarzenegger. We used to think that Rambo can come and hire Bitcoin and goes our way.
Alone.
You can imagine. Now, I told you on one of the podcasts, if those are the children that are in government positions, you think they can portray what Iran has portrayed?
Of course not. Because we are being actually brainwashed.
Exactly.
Manipulated.
And we are also, oh my God, AI. Oh my God, who doesn't use AI? Oh my God. What is happening to the normal consciousness? The likes of the people who innovated great things. What has AI innovated so far now?
Nothing. And when I search on Google, there is a certain section where the AI gives you a quick response before you go into any site.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I search about something political, you see that it gives you a biased answer.
Exactly.
If you ask in a neutral way, and it gives you the bad side of it. And you're like, what is happening?
Exactly.
You ask, if I want to do this and this and this, how do I do this? And no, now you can't do that.
Yeah.
But it has been done by other countries.
Exactly.
What do you mean I can't do it?
Exactly. You get. So the concept is that when we keep on advising people, technically, you know very well we come from a serious technical background. We know AI, we've used AI, but please and please. You see, I was telling a story. When a soldier points a gun at you, starts saying, you shoot me if you want, what? Now, do the opposite. Point that gun to the shoulder, to the soldier. He will beg for his life.
Yes.
He will beg for his life. So this is what I'm saying, colleagues out there. You listen. AI is good. We're not saying AI is bad. But please and please, your consciousness, your sharpness, your alertness is better than AI. Moving on. Those who have ears, listen.
Yeah.
Those who have eyes, observe. Someone will say, Edisori omukuru, ewawi wewalaba. Then someone TikToker was saying, tewakyalaba.
And that's a good statement.
The
brain that was supposed to process that this place is dirty and see it, it's no longer working.
Exactly. Then you were saying earlier about the early bird catches the worm. What did you say? That worm no longer exists. What?
All the worms are caged up.
Oh, exactly. So we are seeing the world trying to go against. And one other thing is that people need to know is that you can never fight nature.
Of course.
So if AI tries to fight nature and we are all following AI, years from now, you will understand. You will go back, save this podcast. You will go back years later, listen to this podcast again, and that's when you notice that we're in the future trying to tell you things earlier.
Talent is fading.
Exactly.
Art is fading.
Exactly.
Creativity is fading.
Yes.
Innovation is fading.
Yes. Look at the football we watch when we went to a certain school for their sports day.
Yeah,
look at how frequent it is. Exactly.
Someone runs as if they have been running for 22 kilometers.
Exactly.
But they have only taken off for like 200 meters.
Exactly. And the impact of that? Take 2-4 seconds, someone's eating chips.
Yes.
So, which is something very, very weird. Now, still within the tech segment, and this is what I've said, the government have never sponsored any application to make sense or to reach the market.
Yes.
We did an application way back earlier, the most innovative application. We are thrown by an app which doesn't even now exist, which faded, which didn't even have any impact on the normal person. Now, they are charging mobile money charges at 0.5, which the mobile money companies have said that one reduced the number of users using mobile money. Now they want the government to change that from 0.5 to 0.25 to attract more transactions on mobile money. And in the long run, the government will still make its profit. But guess what? The government has refused.
And they already tax us when we buy data, when we buy minutes, when I'm sending my money. And that's why we opt for banks.
Me, the man I get has already been taxed.
Yeah, yes.
So like, exactly, tax here, tax there. Now, even mobile money. That's why, you know, if I send you 10K on mobile money, by the time you send to the other person, you send 9K, right?
Yes.
By the time the other person gets money, he has 8K.
Yes.
2K has gone. 2K has gone.
From only the transaction.
From just transaction movement here in here and there. 2K has gone. Isn't that broad day robbery?
Yes.
I have a feeling we need to go back to the ancient days. The ancient days of having money manually and then give the money to the person. You want some money, board the taxi, come here, take the money and go back. Because we want to embrace technology. The government is against embracing technology. And yet they want to collect tax from technology. What have they done to and if the telecom companies are really complaining, they have the right. Because the government, apart from giving them space to operate from, nothing they have done.
Instead of making sure we have a smooth transaction from cash to cashless transactions, they are making it harder.
Exactly. And then you know, very double S is that there's now a sovereignty bill. Is that if you transfer money from abroad to here, it's an act of treason.
Yes.
You're supporting terrorism act.
Yes.
Why are you sending that money here? So now, you see, they want to collect taxes, right?
Yes.
And then they are banning money, the kadamas. So it's because if so-called kadamas, now you can send your money back to your parent, wrong move. They're going to come for your mother.
Now you have to first come back here and come with the money.
Exactly. Or find other means to send that money to wherever it's supposed to go. So you see, literally, like everything we are trying to do and take, and that's the thing with African countries, and that's what we were saying earlier. Work smart. The Iranians have a serious air defense system that has tried to harmonize or neutralize all threats that have come to them. They have tried, they have done their best. But what is Iran? Very small country, very intelligent people, very smart people, very patriotic people that really love their country. They have embraced technology and they have realized that it's not about being powerful. It's not about having 1,000 army soldiers or 10,000 or 1 million army soldiers. No, it's about being smart. And see where this war has taken them. We are talking about Iran. I don't think in my mind I've ever thought of Iran. I've never even paid attention to it.
I think the first time I paid attention to Iran is when they qualified in the World Cup. And I was like, where they get the pitches from? Like, why is Iran in the World Cup?
They are always in wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Iraq.
And you know, we have peaceful countries like Chinese. They have over 1 billion people.
Yeah. But they never in World Cup.
They don't have 11 good ones
to
make it to the World Cup. But then Iran, who are always in wars.
Exactly. So you see, they have learned to embrace technology. They have learned to embrace research. Serious research, not just research of buying rights for 80 million. No, that's bogus research. This is advanced research. The kids are innovating things at the university there. They are adjusting the course so that people can, make it. But what? Nothing. So when an innovation comes out through, before you know it, taxes.
Yeah.
Bring these taxes. Innovate. There are modern ways of making money now. Iran just crossing the street of Hormuz, we were all crumbling. You can imagine. Just one port like this, we are all crumbling. Why? Rely on nature. Nature will give you what you want to get. Nature will develop you. We have water left, right, and center. We have our own power here.
Yes.
Kudos to UDC. These days we literally don't have power shutdowns. We are very stable. Probably Namavond is a weird village. Maybe he has only big-headed people. But our power is good energy.
Yes.
You get. So anyway, so things are saying that the innovations are there. And if you have a leader that can come and tell us technology, that can come and tell us advanced things, not this technology of Facebook or Twitter. That's not technology. We want technology that we can produce robotics.
Yes.
We want to produce drones. We want to produce machineries. We want to create an air defense system for our country. We want a president who is going to tell us, no, these things of the AM7 I was oversaid in the power. Oh, no, that's not taking us anywhere.
Yes.
Okay, we want people to come and tell us serious take, but who is going to come and tell us that take?
Of course, no one. As we said, our government is always outsourcing.
Exactly. Double S. The frustration can never cease to be frustrated. Moving on. Let's discuss briefly about the Europa League. And of course, combining it together with the Conference League. You've noticed very well in the Europa League. And colleagues, us going into the other areas, like we said, it's a disclaimer. We are Ugandans.
Yeah.
We want our country to develop.
Yes.
We want our country to be like Iran.
Yes.
We don't want our country to be like America, no. We want our country to be like Iran. We want patriotism. We want innovation that grassroots from here. The likes of COVID. The Covidex. Remember the Covidex vaccine?
Yes.
That did wonders. And during that time, I elected our president. We have to wait for this. Europeans to approve our Covidex. Like, this is Uganda. Roll out that drug everywhere. Our president stood on his ground. The likes that we do a drug and then the European approve our drug.
Really?
Out. He said, deploy our Covidex. If they want to use it, let them use it. If they don't want to use it, no. And Covidex did wonders.
Yes.
And it did wonders, and no more medicine we have here. You heard what yesterday when I discussed with what we were saying about the local medicine, the natural medicine. It does wonders.
Yes.
But we've been brainwashed to that level that we are seeing our local medicine has a problem. Like we said, those are disclaimers. So moving on. European League, Europa and Conference League. Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa have stayed there. And they have hammered comfortably. Aston Villa almost hammered 7 goals. Nottingham Forest also hammered their team comfortably. And the only problem that I've seen is that on the semi-finals, they're going against each other.
I think they didn't want them to have another final with only Premier League teams. Because that happened with Man and Spurs last season.
Exactly. But now, actually, yeah. But very well, those are they are randomly drawn.
I don't think
there's a bias. Because
okay,
even if it's a random, it can also be biased. Yeah.
You never know. It was a coincidence. Because when it comes to Europa League, the Premier League dominates.
Yeah.
The Premier League dominates. And I think we started dominating conference of recent.
Yeah.
When Chelsea went there.
Yeah.
And I think also Crystal Palace.
They started taking it seriously. Yeah.
I think also Crystal Palace has a chance of making it to Europa League. But this is bad. That it's unfortunate that Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa are facing themselves on the semis. That means one of them will have to get disqualified. And they're going to have only one Premier League team on the finals. But I still think the Premier League are the favorites for winning the Europa League and the conference. Yeah. Basically, and that my favorite team, I'm going to go with Aston Villa.
Aston Villa to go through against
the finals and got the Champions League through Europa. And also that gives me some luck. Me as Manchester United, they're going to focus on Europa League. And me who has only Premier League, I can focus on that and make sure I get to Champions League. Yeah. Through qualification.
And then Conference League, Crystal Palace is still there.
Yeah. And I think also Crystal Palace is going to take the Conference League. And if they take the Conference League, they will make it to Europa.
They'll make it to Europa. So if Aston Villa takes the Europa, meaning that we have more spots in the Champions League.
Yeah. And also Chelsea, if Chelsea doesn't make it to Champions League, they still have a chance of taking FA, and they can make it to Europa.
They still have a chance of making it to FA. You believe so?
Yeah, through FA.
Through FA. Okay, so anything that you see is biased there? You think there's some biasness with the English Premier League? That's why they are dominating?
I know there's no bias. There's no bias.
There's no bias.
Yeah.
All right, so that takes us to our We are trying to catch up with time, actually. That takes us to our seventh segment, and that is the EPL in short, which is in the English Premier League, and we want us to focus on the match results or game week 32. But before we begin looking at the match results for game week 32. You know very well that Arsenal was hammered.
Yes.
And my player was for Man U to be hammered. Because it will make everyone quiet.
Yeah, that was...
How would you start talking about Arsenal was beaten?
Of course you can't.
Exactly.
Neutralize their noise.
Exactly. And 100%, it worked in my favor. And it worked like that. And hence, no one talks about what happened over the weekend.
No one is talking about it. Not Man United fans, not Arsenal fans.
Exactly.
Everyone is quiet.
Exactly. Now, to begin off, we had the game that started on Friday, 10th April. And that was West Ham hammering Wolves 4-0. Surprised?
Yes. I didn't think Aston Villa would win by that big of a margin. And 2 goals were scored by a defender.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think West Ham is back on form. That's why I believe Spurs might get relegated.
We will see about that. Then Arsenal being hammered by Bournemouth, fair and square.
Yes.
Not by luck, not by chance. Were you surprised?
No, according to Arsenal's gameplay of late. No, it's not a shock. And if they don't pull their pants up, Man City is going to hammer them. Remember, Arsenal.
Then Brentford and Tottenham and Everton draw a very classic game. Everton, by the time you left, I think you had gone to get something. Surprisingly, Everton made in those few minutes, Everton came back on spot and they made it to draw all across. Were you surprised about the result of that game?
Yes. I thought Everton would win. But at some point, I thought they were losing the game.
Yeah.
I was shocked that they scored an equalizer.
Then Burnley losing 2-0 to Brighton.
Obvious case.
Then Liverpool hammering Fulham. This was a shock for me.
Me too.
Liverpool hammering Fulham 2-0. I actually had whole hopes in Fulham, but I was disappointed.
It was an easy win. There were easy goals.
Yeah.
Like playbook goals.
Exactly. Shoot here, then far corner. Shoot here, then far corner. I mean, who would score such goals these days? Then Newcastle losing to Crystal Palace 2-1.
I thought Newcastle would win.
Same thing here, but maybe Crystal Palace is gaining its momentum again. And of course, we're looking at Aston Villa drawing against Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest is also back on form. And by the way, they are playing the semi-finals in the Europa.
Exactly that, but you've already given to Aston Villa.
Yeah, but I think that was an insight on what's bound to happen in that game.
Okay. Then Sunderland comfortably hammering Tottenham Hotspurs 1-0.
Expected.
And then in Chelsea, this is also a surprise for me, losing to Man City 3.
I thought they would lose, but not by that big of a margin.
I was certain that Chelsea was going to hammer Man City.
I know. Chelsea is not on form.
Based on the games that we've been watching along.
But Chelsea is not on form.
Chelsea is not on form. And then, of course, we have Man United with a red card, losing against Leeds 2-1. What were the goals? Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
All of it?
Yeah.
Was it a fair win?
Yes.
Or it was a lucky win?
Okay.
I saw Casemiro's header that it was Calvert-Lewin.
Cleared off the line.
Exactly, yeah.
But okay, even the second goal, there was a handball by Calvert-Lewin. But the goal was still counted. It was a tough one, but I think when we got the red card, that's when I felt like we've lost the game. And the red card was obvious because he pulled the guy's hair. Violent conduct.
Yeah, but
you can't pull
there wasn't that
hair.
so much. It wasn't just a mere touch and that.
I think he was looking for. Remember, they had gone up to hit the ball, and I think as they came down, he was looking for something to grab on to get support. And the thing he managed to get a grip on was his hair.
So maybe the other thing that we skipped at Davores is that for Man City fans, Bernardo Silva officially confirms
After
to
this
leave,
season, yeah.
will also be leaving. So Bernardo Silva joins Mo Salah.
Didn't Guardiola also confirm he's leaving this season?
Okay, I've not heard about Guardiola's leaving about this season. Maybe it's something we need to look into.
Nope.
If we confirmed or something like that. So so far that's the news we have for our Man City fans. Bernardo has been a legend.
Yes.
Has been there in Champions League, in all the cups that Man City has won. So he lives a hero. He lives a legend, more so like KDB.
Yes.
They live in a similar category. So I want us to look at the table. I want us to look at the top 3, the top 4, and vis-a-vis the bottom 4. So as it stands, Arsenal is at 70 points.
Okay.
Man City is at 64 points, but we were saying, if Man City hammers its goal
and also
hammers Arsenal, that is it.
It will go in the first place.
That is it.
By goal difference.
That is it. That Arsenal has more has 3 goals.
And remember,
ahead.
when you get scored, he gets bonus goals.
Yeah.
And then for you get deducted.
But that will be it. That means Arsenal has lost again the EPL title. Then we have Manchester United. Surprisingly, Manchester United is in the 3rd place with 55 points. Then of course we have Aston Villa in the 4th place with 55 points. And that's where we'll stop. Then we'll go to the bottom. Are you surprised with the top 4?
No.
Yes, you aren't you surprised that Manu is in there?
Oh, of course. Manu during Michael Carrick's era.
Yeah, it's a different story. Then we go to the bottom 4. In 17 we have West Ham with 32 points. Tottenham Spurs with 30 points. Burnley with 20 points, and of course Wolves with 17 points. Are you surprised that Spurs, and what are the odds that Spurs is going to maintain that position? 18.
Last season, Spurs finished in the 17th place. So this season, the chances of it getting relegated, I think, are at around 90%. I believe Spurs is going back. And I also saw a tweet from some chick was saying that she's so sad that the Spurs is going to come back so early because the number of people who are playing in the playoffs was increased from 4 to 6, and he thinks Spurs might make it into that 6 that are going to play the playoffs, and it might win its way back into the Premier League.
That's early.
Yeah, but it's going to be sad for Spurs to go back. But anyway.
I mean, even if one season going back, it won't be good. Now, there was to look into a few stats, and this is a little bit surprising. Haaland has nearly been stuck on 22 goals, I don't know, since forever. So as it stands on the Golden Boot track record, we have Haaland in 22 goals. We have Igor Thiago with 21 points. Aren't you surprised that Igor Thiago is in that place?
No. Steady progress. He was on a steady progress.
But Haaland somehow has flopped.
Yeah, because Haaland was on a good form at the beginning of the season. Yeah. And then after some time, he just disappeared.
After mimicking the cyborg celebration, he thought he had made it in life.
He went off the grid.
Yeah, he went off the grid.
And then for Thiago, it has been steady progress. Yeah. Scores 1 goal, 2 goals. Yeah. 1 goal, 2 goals. At least in 3 games, he will have a goal inside there somewhere.
Exactly.
Unlike Haaland.
And we see the difference is 1 goal now. Of course, now comes in Antonio Semenyo with the 15 goals. Slightly far. Now, if we check on the assists, you have Captain Fantastic with 17 assists. Yes.
Those are too many.
Yeah, that is Captain Fantastic in the lead. That is Bruno Fernandes in others for our viewers out there. Then, of course, we have Ryan Chuck with 10 assists and Gerard Bowen with 8 assists.
Have you seen the gap? 17 are too many.
Exactly. The man is a hero. He's a legend. Then when we look at goal involvements, of course, we have Haaland with 29. Captain Fantastic 25. Captain Fantastic should be named as the MVP of this season. Yes.
Let's wait and see at the end of the season. Okay. Usually, the MVP comes from the team that has, won the league.
Right. Then for clean sheets, we have David Raya ahead, and Gabriel Magalhaes ahead, and of course Jirunji, Giangu, Donnarumma with 12 clean sheets. Raya is 15, Magadere is 13, and then Kirungi Naruma with 12 clean sheets. So when you look at the goal attack, goals we have Erling Haaland, assist it is Bruno Fernandes. And then when we look at total shots, it is still Erling Haaland with the most shots.
Yeah.
And then total shots on target, it's still Erling Haaland with the most shots on target. Then we have woodwork hit. Captain Fantastic is number 1. 5 woodwork hits. Man has tried to hammer as much as he can. So, Double Race, is there anything that you think we've left out for game week 32 that happened in the EPL before we move into our fantasy segment, which will be our second last segment for this Great Mind episode 28?
I know, all I can say is that I hope Arsenal doesn't bottle the trophy. You know, there was some guy in the Man City game with a small bottle with Arsenal on it.
I remember taking when it was completely empty. Yeah, I remember that cutscene, yes.
So Arsenal prove us wrong, prove that man wrong, that they're not going to bottle this trophy. Because the moment you get hammered by Man City, and also Man City hammers Crystal Palace, it's game over.
All right. So this is it, colleagues. Hang in there. We are nearing the end. We have 4 minutes to the top of the second hour of this Great Minds podcast, the number 1 podcast that is there for you to listen to. If you miss this podcast, count yourself as part of the people who are not leaving.
Yes.
So, colleagues, we move on to fantasy, episode 7, or segment 7 of our fantasy. And Double Race, I want us to combine the chips and our teams. I want us to tag them according them together. Okay. First and foremost, I want you to give a brief on the chips out there and your advice. Then in relation to that, I want you to explain the team, your team as why, and why you activated a few chips, if you did activate some chips there. Okay. Over to you.
Okay. I've activated. I'm going to activate my bench boost.
First, say that statement again. Have you activated or you're going to activate? And what have you been waiting for? What happens if Iran cuts the fiber cable?
We would have to look for those with Starlink. I know we abuse Elon Musk a lot, but that's when the Starlink would come in handy. It uses the satellite. But please, if you have your chips, but listen very well.
Yeah.
If you know you activated your wild card in the previous game week, but you don't have your bench, your free hit, this is going to be tough for you. Because
I want you,
we have
Double
6
Race,
teams.
I want you to go slow on that because Enel has a problem of complaining, but that we never tell him these things. I want you to repeat that statement for the sake of him.
Yeah. Because this is the biggest double game week you're going to have this season.
Yeah.
And we have 6 teams that are having double games in this game. And I believe all of us would want to have our team with at least 10
players double.
Having double game weeks. But guess what? In the next game week, you're going to have 10 players who are going to blank.
If you have
the number of the players you have that are having double game weeks, having double games this week, is the number of players you're going to have that are going to blank in the next game week.
You're trying to say that if you don't have a free hit, or if you don't have a wild card,
things might be rough for you.
Don't change don't use it this game week. Yes. You rather stay with a single player game.
Yes. But then
use it
at least
the following week.
Let your team hold for this game week and the next game week. Because otherwise, this is fantasy. The moment you blink, for you will have only 2 players on the pitch, and for us we will have 11.
Exactly.
And guess what? You are going to get your 10 points and we'll be in 60s. A 50-point gap is a very, very big gap. So listen and be cautious.
Exactly. So what I'm taking from you is that, just to echo to our viewers, is that if you don't have a wild card or a free hit, you're better off staying with your team as it is. Do
Yes.
not activate those chips because you're going to blunder the next game week.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
So that's a take home. Now, me who has both many transfers, wild card, free hit, what should I do?
Yeah. Now, for someone like that, your chip, you have delayed to use one of your chips, and that is the wild card. And
But you know very well, and then I have my bench boost.
the best chip to use, if let's say now, it's already now,
Yeah.
you've already gotten here,
Yeah,
you can only use one chip.
yeah.
And since this is the biggest double game week we're going to have this season, it's advisable to use your bench boost because you're going to have 4 players on your bench who are going to play 2 times,
Yeah,
which is better than a triple captain.
exactly.
So I advise you use your bench boost in this game week because there's still another game week where you can use your triple captain
Yes,
when Man City is playing against Crystal Palace.
exactly. So there's a chances that when there will be a double, but a smaller double game week.
Yes, for only one team. That's why I advise if you have used your wild card or you have a lot of transfers, bring in as many Man City players as possible because they're going to have 2 double game weeks. They're going to have this one and the next one. It's the same after this game week. Start transitioning. Start bringing in Crystal Palace players, so that by the time we get to double game week 36, you have 6 players who are having a double game week.
Yeah.
That could be, good for you.
So, but again, colleagues, like as a disclaimer, is that it's that is Double S's mind.
Yeah.
What he's saying is not something that I finally have ever fallen a trap for his advice by assuring him to even count points for his Man U team. I ended up moving a cup and etc. But anyway, Double S, that is what you can tell our viewers about the chips.
Yes.
Can we get into our teams, starting from your team, and which chips have you activated and which players have you selected and why you've selected those players?
For this game week, I'm going to choose the bench boost. And my team is as it stands. I have one free transfer that I haven't used yet, and I want to use it to bring in the Man City player. The reason why I haven't used it yet, one, the player I wanted to bring in is on yellow. He's on 75% chance of playing. O'Reilly, he got injured in their previous game against Chelsea.
So do you still have him on your list?
He was on my list. That's why I'm keeping the free transfer. If he's confirmed he's going to play, I might bring him in. If not, I'm going to bring in either
that's when the game week is beginning. Deadline is tomorrow at 13 sharp, East African time.
Yeah, I still have time.
Power, fiber cut. You're playing on a time bomb.
I'm going to look for someone who has a Starlink. So in my goal,
so you only have one disclaimer on O'Reilly.
Yeah.
So you said you're keeping one transfer for him.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means you had saved your transfers.
Yeah, I had like 4 actually.
You had 4 transfers. Okay.
Okay. In my goal, it's going to be Pickford. He's going against Liverpool.
Yeah. Agree.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping Gabriel.
For Arsenal?
Yes. Because also, please let me tell you this.
There's Man City.
As a disclaimer, after the double game weeks, we are going to have the rush hour.
Yes.
It means there are teams who have hope,
a motive
of achieving something or getting somewhere. Those are the players that I want. And I believe Arsenal is the first on that list. They are going to want to win and defend as much as possible.
Double rest, you think they didn't want to win Bournemouth? So you'll be sure that is what is going to happen.
But I'm going to keep Gabriel for now. I also brought in Senesi. I wanted to double up on the Bournemouth defense, but no.
Oh, you're playing defensive in the Namavundo League. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm also keeping Kadioglu. He's having a double game week. And he's having Spurs. No brainer. Spurs is going to get relegated, and also Chelsea. Chelsea is also not on form.
Yeah.
My midfield My captain is Semenyo. Semenyo is going to be my captain.
Your captain is going to be Semenyo, okay?
Not Haaland.
That's a good one. It's okay, continue.
Next, I have Palmer. I have Bruno Fernandes and Gomez from Brighton.
Is it? No, but this is wrong. So, you have Semenyo, you have Palmer, you have Captain Fantastic, and who?
And Gomez. I have to make sure our teams are almost identical.
You have Semenyo, you have Palmer, you have who?
Captain Fantastic.
And
Gomez.
So you've not yet put in another Manchester player. You're still in doubt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my forward, there's Joao Pedro, there's Haaland, and Krupi Jr. On my bench, I have Dubravka. He's also having a double game week.
Yeah.
I have Casemiro, Anderson, and Mukido. But my one transfer is still undecided. Whether it goes to O'Reilly, Guehi, or Chucky.
O'Reilly, Guehi, or Chucky. All those are Man City players.
Yes.
Okay. So, on my team, I know Vero Double S is copying my team, but there are a few changes. Now, if I give you my podcast,
I might hear someone there that I don't have and I bring him in.
So, in my goalkeep, I'm maintaining Pickford. I've run my lesson with the Pickford. So I don't want to miss Blanda again. Then, when it comes to my defense, I have the one and only Coyote. I have a Steve. Because of course he has double game weeks which you don't have. Please don't bring in a Steve because I see you checking on your team.
Yeah.
Then of course I have the one and only Senesi. He's also in my team. Okay. Then in my midfield, of course, I have Semenyo. And I have the one and only Captain Palmer. And he's going to be my captain. Please don't copy my podcast. Stick to your Semenyo being your captain. So me, I'm going in for Palmer. Because he has Man United and Brighton. I suspect a miracle might happen around there. I see a hat-trick somewhere. Especially maybe the game against Man United. Then, of course, I have the one and only, the man with next assists other than Captain Fantastic, that is Ryan Chucky. Please, do not copy my podcast. That's why it was wiser for you to have committed yours, but the way I see, you want to change your team. Then, of course, I have the one and only Gomez. Because they are playing against Tottenham. I don't care the outcome of him and Chelsea. I don't mind much, but I know they are playing with Tottenham, so chances are it could be something. Then I have the one and only Joao Pedro. I have Haaland, and I have Igor Thiago. So, in other words, I decided to leave Coyote and Thiago because I'm certain that Brentford could hammer Fulham comfortably. That is my suspicion. I had to remove Mukweli because I had a bet either to leave Mukweli or leave Coyote, because those are the two guys who don't have a double game week in my team. Actually, three: him, the two, and the Pickford. The rest are all having double game week. So on my bench, I have the one and only Dubravka, double game week. I have the one and only Christie. Please and please. Don't copy my podcast. Of course, I have Kadiogra and I have Kukuela. Please do not copy my podcast. And I've activated my bench boost. I have very hopes. And I'm looking at around like 150, 180 points this game week.
Okay.
Do you have any doubt? And please do not change. The honest change you can make is one. So, but you can see you have a different captain, which you can still make about it.
Yeah.
You don't have Christie. You don't have Cucuera. You don't have Igor Thiago. You don't have Chucky. You don't have... do you have Coyote?
No.
You don't have Coyote. You don't have a Steve. Our teams are different.
Yes.
And our captains are different.
Yes.
So don't be surprised this to be the week of great multitude, of the undefeatable, of the legendary world class. Are you in doubt?
No.
Okay, so any other thing that you need to tell our viewers about the chips? You have a few seconds.
No, just be sure to activate your free hit.
Exactly, and please activate it as now.
Yeah.
Because you could get busy, you could get wrapped up into many things. We don't want to say we didn't tell you, especially NL. Then, of course, we get into, this one brings us into our match predictions. And if we look at the match, and the rest we're going to go through it slightly quickly because time has really picked. Remember, this is a hefty game week. So looking at match prediction for game week 33. And remember, we said this is a double game week, so we have a match starting tomorrow and early kickoff at 14:31. That match is coming between Brentford and Fulham. Your prediction?
Brentford.
Leeds and Wolves.
Leeds.
Newcastle, Bournemouth. Newcastle. Then Spurs and Brighton. Chelsea and Man United.
It's obvious. Man United.
Other than being a Man United support, what's the actual verdict of this? Both teams are flopping.
I know Man United is on form.
They lost last game week. You also lost last game week.
Yeah, but they have lost more. You remember they are ahead of me.
Yes, true. Yeah. You've tried to get through. So you think like you're going to a comfortable win or a hard win?
Could be a hard win. Okay.
Then on Sunday, we have Aston Villa versus Sunderland. Everton versus Liverpool. I'm giving it also to Everton. And Nottingham Forest, Burnley.
Nottingham Forest.
Could be a goalless draw. Man City and Arsenal.
Man City.
You're giving it to Man City. Then we have 20th Monday, that is 20th April. We have Crystal Palace against West Ham.
It's going to be a tough one.
And then, of course, Crystal Palace. Then on Tuesday, we have 21st April, we have Brighton and Chelsea. And finally, on Wednesday, 22nd April, we have Bournemouth and Leeds. Burnley, Man City. Yeah, this one is clear, Man City. And it's a kind of like a clear win.
And if Man City wins these two games, he will be in the first place.
He will be in the first place. Both Arsenal and that's what we had said earlier. So when we look at our number from the reach and for the previous game week, nothing much changed. We don't have any ups. We don't have any falls. Everyone maintained their position as usual. The unit is still in the number one place with 1,813 points. Fifi the King in the second position with 1,736 points. Jacob in the third place with the 1,702 points. Of course, then the bottom three we have Pioneers with 1,630 points. Camps FC with 1,203 points. And then TV VIP coming in at the bottom with the 10,012 points as we speak. But the competition again, number one is still in a comfortable position. Number 2, number 3, and number 4, anything can happen. Number 5, number 6, anything can happen. Number 5, number 6, and number 7. Then between 8 and 9, they are also in their own leagues. So do you suspect any change in this game week? Because remember, Undefeated has always been warning us. I don't know how many times he has warned us, but so far nothing has happened. Pioneers tried to do an improvement last game week, but so far nothing happened. The Kailive FC got the highest point last game week, but he's still in the same place as before. Do you think they might have sensed the double game week, or they will be caught by surprise tomorrow?
Caught by surprise.
And then they will comfortably say we never informed them or we never updated them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So double race.
Yep.
As we conclude, as we come to our final remark, We've seen very many segments today. We had a look at a few things that are happening around the world. We looked at the local content. Of course, we are seeing a new kid on the block, that's Zalano Kelo, making news. That's the highlight in there. We looked at the Champions League highlights. We saw that Arsenal had a few viewer stats, even though they qualified to the semi-finals. We looked at the Ballon d'Or contenders where you comfortably say Harry Kane, if they are to win World Cup, you're giving him your Ballon d'Or. We looked at the tech. We looked at why we are being bombarded by American content left, right, and center on the X app. Something that needs to stop. We looked at the conference, the Europa Conference and the Europa League. We looked at the EPL results for Gameweek 32. Of course, where we confirmed that Man U miserably lost a clear win. Of course, we looked at fantasy. We looked at a lengthy explanation of the chips and how to use the chips. We looked at our team match prediction, and of course, we focused on number of the league briefly or shortly. We are 15 minutes, 2 hours and 15 minutes into this podcast. In 1 minute, double race, conclude.
Okay. Everyone who has been with us, thank you for tuning in. But please, the main reason why you're here, don't forget to be happy. You have to be happy.
Yeah.
And if you want to be happy, as you've seen Ukraine do, please, for starters.
Ukraine or Iran?
I mean Iran.
Yeah.
Abandon all the entitlement.
Yeah.
And please, go and get some knowledge.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Exactly.
Be wise.
Exactly.
So that no matter or whoever provokes you, they will face whatever you have to return to them with fury, with aggression, because you know and you're capable of doing it. So please,
exactly,
be confident.
Exactly.
Be happy.
Yeah.
Remember that always.
Yeah.
And please, as we keep on saying, don't rely on AI. Be creative. Get your own original ideas. Put them out there. See what they can mount to, or things like that.
Yeah.
You know, life is short. If you want abnormal money, work in the government. If not,
come on, we hustle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's those are my closing remarks.
All right. So colleagues, you've heard it from Double S. I will just also have a few brief. He has tried to explain to us the chips to use. So in the fantasy EPL, don't forget to activate those. Remember, we are giving you this not because we want you to get stressed. We just want you to be happy. Yeah. Football is one game whereby you can abuse a player and the player will never attack back.
Yes. You
have freedom to abuse, do everything you want to, provided it makes you happy and it clears part of your brain.
Yes. That
is number one. The number two is, of course, in the beginning we talked about the PLE teachers.
Yes.
Teaching exams. Sitting exams for the ones that they give to the students. USCE and UCE. Don't be happy. Your turn is around the corner.
Yes.
You're also going to show us the things that you said. Can you answer them? Or your Google materials? What you teach, can you respond to them? So the world is going to start to be fair. Now, like WS said, we want to adopt the Iran approach. Less words, more action.
Yes.
As always, talk less, let action speak for what you do. And that is exactly the art that Iran has used.
Yes.
They add their mind. If we go in with some form of arrogance, you will get arrogance triple.
Yes.
They went knowing that, oh my God, we are deal people. For us, we make a deal. We can crack a deal. Surprisingly, intellectual Iran, academician Iran, with the PhD holders, they looked at these people as if they are talking to the nursery kids.
Yes.
Kindergarten kids. Maybe those kids that are still breastfeeding. That's how Iran took the Americans and the Israelis. And they are back to their sin. They never blocked Hormuz. Now they have a blockage for Hormuz, helping them to even help them to block what they started. So again, it shows you a character that sometimes you don't have to peel matok using an axe. No, you don't have to cut your nails using a panga. No. Energy does not eat everywhere. You threaten to demolish the entire civilization. You're not the only one with nuclear bombs. They will bomb you also. By the time Iran is whatevering, you will be shocked. You will also be you. So you wipe out other people. They will also wipe you out. Iran, you've seen already, it has allies. And colleagues out there, it is always good to have allies.
Yes.
Have allies. It's not a one man's world. It's not a one man's island. So get your allies. If this one hammers you, accept the civilization has gone. Let also be sure that when they hammer you, someone else will come and hammer you.
Yes.
You saw how the Prime Minister for Japan was miserably misjudged and underlooked when he went to the State House. Someone joking about Hiroshima as surprise attack. He said, who is better off than knowing surprise attack than Japan? I mean, that was uncalled for, and that's what Iran took as arrogance. Iran doesn't believe in arrogance. It will never believe in arrogance, and they say they will fight to the end until when no Iran person is standing.
Yes.
That's when they will accept they have lost. Other than that, colleagues, we want you to have the similar attitude. Don't let anyone to come into your face, tell you what to do and you do it. No. Have your stand and stand on your ground. The people that they have demolished their houses because as a result of being near the road, don't feel bad. This is just the beginning. Maybe it's for the good of the country, or maybe there are other places that the government is planning for you. The only problem that I had, the people that had invested in the Myoga money to be in those kiosks, now they have taken them down.
Yes.
So how will they use the money to pay? But all in all, football is next this week. Go watch a game. Be happy. We said if you have a neighbor with flowers and it doesn't harm for you taking any single flower, you can go and pick one flower and be happy. Go on the street. In Kampala, there are very many places where you can sit. Dance. Let people think you're crazy. But for the purpose of you making you happy. So that's the sole goal for this podcast. And as we sign out, this has been podcast 28 from Great Minds. And as usual, I've been JW together with the WS. We'll catch up again next week. Enjoy and have a very fruitful and lovely weekend. See you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.